Hello everyone, Deanna here, and thanks so much for being here. So today's video, I'm going to be going ahead and going through my February reading journal to go through the books that I read here. So if you are interested, go ahead and sit tight and let's go through this. So I still absolutely love how this looks. I love the roses, kind of different flowers here that were used from the craft paper that I had. Plus I had some black craft paper that I used with my gel pen as well, just to write out some of the titles here for the February 2023 and the books read. And then I just used a additional piece of scrap paper essentially from another notebook to go ahead and put down the titles here for title, rating, and author. Use some washi tape to kind of break it up. It kind of matched nicely with that background color. And then I listed out what books I read, the star ratings, and who the author was. And at the cover page here, on the cover page, I have a quote that I found from Katharine Hepburn, because February is typically associated with love, and I did feel like I had a lot of kind of romance-like novels in here, so I thought the theme would be really nice of love. And I have the quote, "Love has nothing to do with what you are expecting to get, only what you are expecting to give, which is everything." And so that was just a cute little quote I found, and I used my hand lettering to write that out and just kind of write that on there. And let's go ahead and go through what book I have and the spreads that I have for them. So the first book is Scarlet by Marissa Meyer. So this is a continuation of the Lunar Chronicles. February was a big month for the Lunar Chronicles for me. I read all the rest of the series in February and just really gobbled it all up. So I've got here some more of that like flower rose kind of color, kind of match like scarlet, red and stuff like that. I've got the little Red Riding Hood that I did, and then I did also draw an outline of a wolf as well and put that with the title Scarlet. And then because it's the Lunar Chronicles about the moon, especially the wolf with the moon, I did put a moon here, and I put the quote, "What big eyes you have, better to see you with. What big ears you have, better to hear you with. And what big teeth you have, better to eat you with," from Little Red Riding Hood. And I'm not going to get too much into the actual what my thoughts were on Scarlet, other than I did very much enjoy the entire Lunar Chronicles series. And if you want to see more, keep an eye out for a video that I'll have at some point of kind of my review on the book. Next page I have is Cress. Probably, spoiler alert, my favorite of the series, because I just love Cress and I'm absolutely in love with Captain Thorn. Saw him first in Scarlet and kind of was like, but just continued to fall more and more in love with him and his banter with Cinder. Just absolutely loved it. But definitely a retelling of Rapunzel is this one. So we've got the big tower here, and we've got Cress with her long golden blonde hair looking down at the earth as well. Once again have a moon kind of representing those Lunar Chronicles. And I've got Rapunzel, let down your hair. Aces, is that all hair? Thorn. Because I just love Thorn. Love Thorn. So again, I'll have a video where I really go through this, because I'm sure I'll have a lot to say about this book because I just loved it so much. But I just thought it was very soft and cute, kind of like Cress, and then just had fun just kind of drawing. I did each individual little tiny brick, though I don't know if it really shows up that well, but yeah, I took some dedication and some time to really fill that all out. And then we've got the last official book of the series. So it's a 4-book series, and that is Winter, and that is pretty much a retelling mainly of Snow White. Like there's a big kind of Snow White element there. So we've got the mirror on the wall, who's the fairest of them all. I did this before I read Fairest. This would really go with Fairest as well, but I did just have it because it is winter, and you know, it is a bit of the Lunar Chronicles and their issue with mirrors and the apple and all of that good stuff, because it is, again, pretty much Snow White. So just some of my thoughts again, and I'll have another video again for winter at some point. And then I just really got into the Lunar Chronicles. I was just really loving the Lunar Chronicles. We've got our 4 different couples here. We've got Cinder and Kai. We've got Cress and Thorn, Scarlet and Wolf, and Winter and Jason. And then we've also got our main queen, Aiko. Like, I had to give a shout out to Aiko as well because I absolutely love her. And we've got some of our couples here. Kind of wish this one had all 4, and I didn't really realize until I already posted it in and everything. So really do wish it had all 4 though, but I do like my little Lunar Chronicles here, and they're just having like a little blurb, little bit about each couple. And yeah, I love the art. If I find who this was, I'll put it on the screen, because this is all from the same artist, and I just think it is so pretty. They did such a good job in their fan art. Absolutely love it. Just shout out to them and all the hard work they did making these beautiful pictures. Then after that, I loved the series so much. I was so in love with the whole series that I had to go out and order Fairest. So we've got Fairest. I just did a printout of the title because honestly I would have done like a mirror again, and I'm like, oh, that's like, I already had one for winter, so I just did the title here. This is like the copy of the book that I have. I have this type of cover art here, and like the original cover over here. I do not have this one. I have this one, and then it also has like the picture on the inside of the potentially the queen with the baby. But yeah, to Levana, like, ugh, awful character, but interesting book. Wasn't my absolute favorite, but it was fun to read it and just kind of see where, you know, it's more of the backstory. This is the prequel. This is the prequel to the whole series, so it was interesting to have that. And then I just could not get enough of them. I was just so in love with the whole Lunar Chronicle series that I even went and got the collection of short stories that were available, and had all these different short stories here. There's 9 of them that I've got all rated here, which is the Keeper Glitches. I'm gonna again have a review of this, so I'll get way more in depth than that, so check out that. But this is Stars Above, and then I had to go ahead and give each little story just a little bit here, kind of use some craft paper and just like cut out like a circle and just use my hand lettering to make the numbers and then also the titles, and then just kind of gave some of my thoughts on the book. So we did that for all. I did it in like a breakdown, so here's all the way to my favorite. So this might be a bit of a spoiler for what my ultimate favorite story was, but it was fun, and I used the inside of the cover book there, the cover art, to go ahead and have that there because I thought that looked really cute there. So that's that. And then my next book I went on to, was The Paris Apartment, which was my book club read for the month. Definitely some mixed feelings about this one, but I kind of took like inspiration. It's supposed to be set in Paris, so like this background here, kind of dark and stuff, but it has like French writing, and then there's some wine kind of elements too, so like these corks as well. I thought just kind of fit with it. Definitely a mystery book. We'll have a review of this at some point too, but yes, this was pretty much it for The Paris Apartment. And then I had Daisy Jones and the Six, which I drew this myself. Kind of struggled a little bit with how I wanted her to look, but you know what? She looks alright. She looks alright with the sunglasses. And then of course the quote from the novel, which is, "I had no interest in being somebody's muse. I'm not to muse. I am the somebody. End of effing story." And I listened to this one on audiobook as well, and it was definitely an interesting listen. I enjoyed it. I did enjoy it very much. So I just used some craft paper that had like some music notes on it, because I thought that really fit with like the fact that they're a band and they're very talented musicians. So I just had a lot of fun kind of playing around with this one. And what this is written on is like very faded music notes as well. So we've definitely got some music elements going on in there. And then the final book that I read, I'm flying through this, is Love, Pamela by Pamela Anderson, her memoir, which I listened to on audio book as well, because it was only like 5 hours, so it was really, really quick to listen to her. And of course she is a former Playmate that I believe she holds the record for the most covers for Playboy. So I just had to draw out a big old Playboy head there for her. It was a really interesting read. I don't think I would have ever really sought out a Pamela Anderson. I'm like not a huge fan of her. I didn't really watch her in Baywatch or anything. You know, I heard some of like the controversy between her and Tommy Lee and like her different husbands. I think she's been married 5 times. So, you know, she's definitely quite a celebrity. But it was interesting. It was definitely an interesting book, and you could really feel her love that came through. And I have a quote here from the book that she said, where the most important thing to me after being a mom was my deep passion for animals and the environment. So I just had to kind of highlight some of the things that she loves, because that's what this was all about, was love. And I just kind of used some kind of screamed a little bit of Pam Am to me. This said Pan An to me. So there you go, Pam Anderson. And that it was, I'll have a video on what I thought. But yeah, I'll have a video, just like I've been saying. I haven't made any book review videos since filming this. I just finished this. It's the start of March, and I thought, you know what? I will go ahead and get this video out, because I feel like my January video was very, very late, so I want to get this out to you guys ASAP. But this is, I really like how this turned out. It's just black craft paper that I use, and I use like a gel pen to kind of outline and make the eye, and then I just cut around it as well. But yeah, that's what I did for that, and that's pretty much it for all of February. So we've got all of this for February. That was, you know, a good chunk of it was just taken up from the Lunar Chronicles and just adding some elements, which was fun. So yes, that was my February. And then sneak peek for March, I used craft paper that had like these hexagon shapes on them with like the foil, and it's got like the green color that just felt like very March for the green. I actually really think this looks really cool. Again, I used like the black craft paper with a white gel pen to write out the title of March, and then also write out books read. Got another scrap paper of the dotted paper here that I took from another book to put when I have my list of what books I read. I have no idea what I'm going to put here yet. Like, I struggled with that a bit with February on what to put on this page. I always do. So maybe I'll have another quote at some point. Who knows? Maybe I'll fill it up with something. I'll figure that out as March goes along. But then I've got some the washi tape as well. And I just think it looks fun. It looks fresh. Looks like new start to March. And then all of February is done here. So I just really enjoyed all of my reads in February. I mean, other than there's a couple that not my favorite, but for the most part, I had a really good reading month for February because it was a lot of fun books, a lot of books that just I had a good time with and enjoyed. And yeah, I am happy that I read all those. I read 8 books for February. Like, that's pretty good. I'm really happy with that. I'm really happy with all of those books, and like still pretty good star ratings. Nothing completely in the dumps, so that's good. I'm happy with that. Lots of love. Lots of love. Like, just fits the, but yeah. I can't stop sometimes just like kind of like looking through, especially like this right here with all the art. Like, gosh, like people who have art like this just amaze me because they're so extremely talented. It's just incredible, and I just love it so much. But yeah, definitely check out the Lunar Chronicle series if you have not. I really recommend it. I mean, clearly I had a lot of fun with it. Lots of 5-star reads, and stay tuned for when I will go through and hopefully have a video for each one of these books. It's maybe 8 videos that will be coming soon at some point of books that I have read. So let me know if you've read any of these books. Let me know if you enjoy reading journals and if you have a reading journal and what you kind of document in your reading journal. Very simple. Like, I have cover page. I say that simple, but I just use craft paper. I use a lot of like outside elements in that way. I don't track stats really or anything like that. I'm not a big like data person. I more would just want to put notes down on what I feel and like how the book kind of made me feel, and just have some fun with it and be a bit creative with it. That's mainly how I use my reading journal. But let me know how you use yours, because each way is just a fun way to do it, and as long as it works for you, then that's all that matters. But I'm gonna leave that here. So thanks so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed. If you did, give it a thumbs up. Appreciate it. I hope you have a wonderful rest of your day, night, evening, whatever time it is, wherever you are. Thank you so much for being here. Take care of yourselves, and you'll see me next time. Bye!